Now we will change gears and stop developing any more components and start actually writing routes. The problem so far is this: if you check our components, all of them are on the same screen. But we don't want this to happen. We want, for example, one screen to load the table, the other screen to load the adding of the account, the other one to load the transaction account. So the way we do that is using routes. Routes are basically, they look like the thing we used to do on the navigation in the normal HTML and JavaScript, where you use the a tag href and you load a specific page. Okay, but in here, so far every component is here and we have to write if else statements to load different components, and we don't want to do that. So how to solve this? We use routes. So in this part I will now start writing routes for our the different routes that we have. So before moving, let's kind of style our page. It kind of looks not nice. So open the old public, go to this CSS styles, copy this styles page, and then go to the src, paste it here, and okay. Now you have the styles. Open the index.html page and drag the style and drop it on the head. So now the style of the page is there. When you click on it, you should, I think, see a nice table, and the form looks like this. So it gives this nice style to your page. Okay, now of course this component, we don't want it to appear on the same page with this one. We want actually this component to be loaded when the user presses a button called add account. Okay, and we don't want it to be here. So how to do that? First thing is we go to the app and we import a couple of things. The first one is called browser. First, don't even type here, type empty thing and then say from router down. Now when you start typing here, it will auto suggest you. The first one we need is browser router, and you say browser router as router with R, and then I need route with only a route, the different route, and then I need switch. Okay, all right. So now what will you do with this browser router? The first thing is I'll change this div to router. Next, I will use the switch. So far we don't have anything, so I'll just say route. So because I don't have anything, only I have a single route. Later we will use a switch, but for now let's just use route. So there is a router that will have many routes. So one will be, for example, slash accounts slash list. The other route could be slash add. The other route could be slash update account. The other route could be different routes. So it's exactly what we have been doing here. This is a route, this is a route, this is a route, this is a route. Okay, we're trying to create similar type of routes that do different things when people try to visit them. So I'll remove this and also remove this thing. So how does route work? Route basically expects you to give it a couple of things. The first thing is the path. So what path are you trying to listen for this route? So I'm saying, hey, if anyone comes to slash accounts and then they go to slash, let's say for example, list, I want to display the component. Okay, which component I want to display? I want to display the accounts component, and of course it's imported here, the accounts component. So I will display accounts component. And now if you save this and you go back to your page will be blank. But if you go to slash accounts slash list, now this page loads when with slash accounts slash list. It doesn't load all the time, it loads only when you go to where? Slash account slash list. Now we don't want actually slash account slash list. What we want is an action. So we will say, hey, if you, for example, somebody types slash account slash something, remember the colon in here? Also, we used to have accounts colon ID, so people could type something like slash accounts slash any number, and it will be mapped to this guy, isn't it? So we are trying to do similar type of thing here. We're saying if anyone types here, if anyone types accounts with anything, it doesn't matter what they type here, just load this component called accounts. Okay, and now what happens is if you go to your browser and you type, let's say, slash account slash list, it will load it. If you type anything, it doesn't matter, it will load it, because this is the action part. If I type 1235, it will still load it. Okay, but of course this is not the behavior we want. We want now, once somebody goes to this account, again we want to handle the route if it is a slash, if it is a slash list, we want to display this component. However, if it is a slash add, we want to display this component. Okay, so we want to find, like, if it's account list or accounts add, we want to display this. So accounts list will display this one, and accounts add will display this one. Okay, so let's go back, and now we will do the same thing we did in app. App is doing a routing, perfect. So far we only have one element, one component, but in the future, of course, we will create more components. The transaction component will be here. So let's go to the now accounts. Now accounts, we will import the same things, do this from router, React router DOM, and now from this one we need two things. I need the route, the route, and I need the switch. Okay, so I need a switch and a route. Now what I'll do is I'll replace this div with switch, and then I will write a route. So this will be one route, and there will be another route. Now the way routes work is, if your route, for example in the app, you're not passing anything to it, like you're not passing any props to it, you can just use component and you just render it like that. However, if you are passing props, for example, how many props we are passing? 3 here. Okay, for the accounts. For the add form, we are passing 1. So the way you do it is not by doing component, you use some other method called render. So let's do first the path. So if this path, someone comes to slash accounts slash list, we will render. You have to use this method called render, and basically what render expects you is to have this type of callback function. And in the callback function, all you do is you cut your component and you paste it there, and that's it. You have the router that can render this component by passing the methods inside here. Okay, now the same thing will happen. We will cut all of this soon. We'll say if the path, however, is equal to, and you remove this, slash accounts slash list, no, slash add, which one are we going to render? We will render this arrow function, and we will cut this thing and just paste it there. And now you're done. You have 2 routes, and you know switch cases, they will only execute one of these guys. That's the way switches work. You have been doing this in all of your programming. So basically this is a case, this is another case, and this is a switching between these 2 routes. Okay, now let's go to our browser. Let's type slash accounts slash list, what do we get? This one. I think I exchanged the two, and slash account slash add, we will get this one. So the mistake I did is I'm loading actually for the add. This should be add and this should be list. So now you get the idea that if anyone goes to the browser slash add, they will get this for, and if they go to list, they will get this for. Okay, so let's continue. And we don't want the users, for example, to keep typing on the browser add. We don't want the users to type every time they type add and this. We want to give them something they can click on. So it can slash add slash list, no, slash accounts slash list. Accounts is displayed, and if I do now slash add is displayed. And nice thing is, if I do saving now and I type something submit, it should basically submit to my form. Okay, and because now it's using routes, some of the things need to be fixed, and I'll show you how you can fix this. Especially the add account now is not working as it's supposed to work because of the routes. Okay, and we will fix that, don't worry. So how should we load our accounts? We will use a navigation bar, but before going to the navigation, actually let's fix this, the add account. So the way we fix the add account is, after we handle the add account, remember we handle the add account, we need to navigate back to the account list. So what we want to do is, as soon as someone submitted the account and this method finished adding this thing, we want to navigate it programmatically. So programmatically we want to navigate to the account list. And to navigate to account list means to execute a slash account slash list programmatically. It's very easy. The way you do it is, you first of all, there is something called prop that is passed to every component. Every component gets this. Okay, and one of the prop that this component gets from the route is called history. So you can extract the history from the prop. Either you can write prop dot history, or you can just type history here with the curly braces. And now once you finish adding the account, you can just type history dot push. It's basically like saying, you remember we used to do automatic navigation in the old ways. This is the old public, and if I come here and go here, I think we used to do automatic navigation after we add an account. And there you go, we used to do what? Window location href equals to this. So we used to do it automatically to navigate to the index page as soon as the account is added. So we are trying to achieve exactly the same process with React. And React has this object called history, and if you do history.push and you pass to it a link slash accounts slash list, what this will do is it will try to navigate to this place. And now save it, click on this, go to slash account slash add, and if you type now current and you put some number, submit, it will submit it and also navigate you where? To accounts list. And that's exactly what we wanted, right? Everything is working fine, perfect. So what's left now is to create a navigation bar.